Blocking that funding. They politicize something that shouldn't be political.
The Department of Justice is investigating after New Jersey Governor Mikey Sherrill announced nearly 400 non-citizens voted in elections and 6,600 were registered to vote. She blamed a glitch in the Motor Vehicle Commission software system. U.S. Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights Harmeet Dillon says the Trump administration could have found it earlier had the state surrendered its voter rolls last year.
She wasn't going to give us that information because, quote unquote, we would weaponize it and she doesn't trust us with the data. Well, who can't be trusted with data, Governor Sherrill?
And finally, the Penn State University president is set to receive a six-figure raise while tuition continues to rise for students.
The Penn State Board of Trustees passed the budget which will usher in this new wave of costs that will take place next July. The changes will increase the price of in-state tuition by 2.5%, with out-of-state tuition increasing by 4%. Living expenses and dining plans are also on the rise. The university recently announced that it would be shutting the doors of 7 satellite campuses, which caused the university to lose $79 million in tuition. The board did give the green light to raise salaries of the faculty and staff, including a $210,000 bonus to Neely Bendapudi, the university president. Austin Brown reported on this story for Campus Reform. Here's what he had to say about his findings.
It really shows the prioritization of the board at Penn State. Right now, the school is facing a multi-million-dollar deficit, and the way that it's attempting to cover those costs is by increasing student tuition. As that's happening and as they're attempting to fill the gap by raising costs on the backs of students, they're simultaneously lining the pockets of the president.
He also mentioned that DEI has been viewed as a potential culprit for the rise in tuition prices, saying that DEI expenditures are relevant to why Penn State has made this decision. He said he thinks that the school should realize that they are a recipient of taxpayer funds and learn to be more financially responsible.
The school should be spending money on showing why a degree is worthwhile and what value that will have for a student in their career.
I'm Caleb Castile.
More news online at afn.net and the AFN mobile app. I'm Rusty Pugh.
The God Who Speaks is a powerful message on the authority of Scripture in the voices of some of the most respected theologians of our day.
The most historic formula for the Christian church has been this: when the Scripture speaks, God speaks.
The God Who Speaks is a 90-minute documentary which can empower Christians to share our faith and defend the authenticity of the Bible. Available at thegodwhospeaks.org or visit stream.afa.net.
It's First Time Caller Day on Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840.
888-589-8840 is the number to call if you have never been on the air with us before.
All right, so first time callers only.
That's it. One's a mystery question. If you happen to land on it, answer it correctly, you'll hear this sound. What? He hit the wrong button. The beloved rim shot.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Trivia Friday here on American Family Radio.
Been a long week, hasn't it, Tim?
Yeah, I'm Tim Wildmon with Ed Vitagliano and J.J. Jasper, the pride of Owensboro, Kentucky.
What do you call advice you get from a cow? What do you call advice you get from a cow? Beef tips. Move over. I'm going to sit down here and give you some good advice.
That's pretty. I like that one. Beef tips.
Not going to be any bull.
Okay.
It's going to be some good beef tips.
Went to Cracker Barrel last night.
Yeah.
All day I'd been thinking about, well, not all day, but since I learned we were going to Cracker Barrel.
Since you learned.
Well,
said the dutiful husband.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Tim.
Hey, that's okay. No, you know how it is. Where do you want to go eat? I don't know. Where do you want to go eat?
That's
okay. I'll pick.
That question, that issue's the bane of my existence.
Yeah. Wherever you want to go. Okay, I want to go here.
No,
I really don't want to go there.
Feeling that. Well, how about Mexican? No, not really.
I had enough of that.
You pick.
Anyway, talking about beef tips,
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to that pot roast. They got a fabulous pot roast.
I've never had their pot roast.
Oh man, wrapped up in it's like the summer campfire pot roast, wrapped up in the
tinfoil
and everything.
Really?
Oh yeah, and they were out when you know.
No.
I said worse. I had a bad attitude there toward the server. It wasn't her fault, but still, I took it out on her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what she gets paid for.
What,
You know, while
take
you're,
abuse from customers?
you mentioned about being discouraged and disappointed when something's out like that. You got your heart set on
Right.
it. Thankfully, the ice cream machine at McDonald's was never out because that would be terrible. Hot. You're just you're
Wesley-
jonesing for some ice cream. You're hankering for some ice cream. You get there. What?
Yeah,
The machine- Who would have thought this was possible?
Talking about things being out, my dad, now he's in heaven, so I can talk about him.
Wow. It's not
When I was a kid, he had me convinced that the ice cream truck,
Yeah.
that it only played music when it was out of ice cream.
Oh, no.
Yep.
He didn't do that to you, did he? What age were you when you learned that was not true?
I was married.
It was too late.
It was too late. No, son, I'm sorry. That's the music they play when they have no more ice cream.
You hear what's happening right here instead of
Yeah.
Trivia Friday?
Yeah.
I wish we had a podcast. I really believe if we weren't bothered by all these ask and answer questions.
You mean by our listeners?
No, our listeners are wonderful. These questions get in the way of us talking about growing up in the 70s, cars, dating, our parents, growing up in the 1900s. I don't think we would ever
We
catch
might
our
need to
breath.
do a look back at the baby boomers look back or something.
Baby
like
boomer
that.
lament. By the way, tip of the hat to John who sent that meme about the ice cream truck. He sent
Trivia
that.
Friday it is on American Family Radio. We also call this
Learning University.
It's first time callers only, and I'm gonna give you the number. You call in, you ask a trivia question, you answer one of ours. We prefer that you do both. You can do one or the other, but we prefer that you do both. Here's the phone number to call and get on the air with us today on Trivia Friday here on American Family Radio, 888-589-8840. I'll give that slowly again for folks in the South. 888-589-8840. BR549. Was that what Junior Samples?
Hey, I want to give a shout out to whoever came up with the number. I want to give a shout out for whoever came up with the number 0. Thanks for nothing.
All right.
Where's that rim shot when you need it?
888-589-8840. You're eligible to call in and be on the air with us if you're 11 years old or older. And if you, JJ, what's you told us there at the beginning there, if you land on one of the questions, then.
That's right. These original 9 questions, 3 each. One is a mystery question.
Yep.
If you happen to land on it and answer it correctly, Tim gets choked up just thinking about the possibilities. You can win a Learning University T-shirt when you hear, and you'll hear this sound.
Beloved cowbell shall ring.
Tim, for those of you who are watching, and how can people watch Learning University?
Well, they can watch
It's a radio show. I don't know what you're talking about.
They can watch
This is 2026.
Yeah, we got something called the internet. What'd you call that there, internet?
That
Ed?
their internet. Well, you can watch this. It's typically called Monday through Thursday, today's issue. So you can go to either Facebook or YouTube, search for today's issues or today's issues live. I'm not sure which one goes to which, and I'm too old to figure that out.
Yeah.
Today's issues or today's issues live, or you can go to stream.afa.net.
That's what we're talking about.
Stream.afa.net. That's our own streaming platform. By the way, you can watch all kinds of very helpful videos and documentaries. It's very easy to sign up. A lot of it is just free. Just put your email in there and create an account. And if you become a Great Commission partner and give to the ministry every month, it opens up an additional, additional number of videos, including we're going to stream the new Spider-Man movie before it hits theaters.
Are we really?
No, we're not. We won't do that.
You got some people's attention.
Is that Marvel or DC? Which one is that?
Oh, Tim.
I'm
You could've
sorry.
used that as a
I'm
trivia
learning.
question.
At least
No,
I'm trying to learn.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
either.
think that's Marvel.
It's Marvel.
Yeah, okay,
You're right.
I had it right.
Hey, you mentioned about people supporting the ministry.
Yeah.
Night of Comedy last night in North Mississippi, Green Valley Baptist Church in Pontotoc. Johnny W., he's been on a Amazon Prime special, Grand Ole Opry. He's been with Tim Hawkins and Nate Bargatze. I was the opening act, and then Johnny W., but met a lot of sweet listeners. Dusty and Gina from Batesville, Mississippi, drove an hour.
Oh, wow.
And he
Okay.
talked about how much he appreciated AFR. And
Yeah.
he said, there's so many things we appreciate. He said, we pray for you, we support you. But he said, your constant encouragement with all the shows, he said, it's made me bold to share the gospel more. And
Oh,
he said, I
good.
can't say thank you enough. But just met hundreds of listeners last night.
Go ahead.
All right, here are my 3 questions. First question. In written English, every syllable must contain what? In written English, every syllable must contain what? Second question. Now, I have been doing since July 4th in that area questions about the Bill of Rights, the amendments. I think this will be the last one that I'll do. I had some others, but we're kind of past the July 4th time.
Yeah.
Here's the last question, though, on the amendments. What does the Fourth Amendment prohibit the government from doing? What does the Fourth Amendment prohibit the government from doing?
Telling kids the ice cream machine's out.
Yes.
I think that was when that was his
Bearing false witness.
What your dad did was unconstitutional.
And it was immoral. All right, and then third question, a true-false in honor of my friend J.J. Jasper. For most of human history, most birthdays were not celebrated because most people didn't know their birthday. Is that true or false? For most of human history, most birthdays were not celebrated because most people did not know their birthday. Is that true or
You're
false?
out of luck at Walgreens then. Huh?
If you try to pick up meds?
If you don't know your birthday, you ain't getting anything. Date of birth?
I don't know. I don't know when I was born.
You know, can you imagine there in the early days if that indeed is true and you're sitting around and saying, you know, you look great for your age. Oh, thanks. Are you mocking me? I don't know how old I am. Neither do you.
Neither do you.
Here's what I've got. First question from the Bible. Then I heard the Lord asking, whom shall I send as a messenger to these people? Who will go for us? Then I said, here I am. Send me. Where is that verse? If you can just tell me what book in the Bible, famously, the prophet said, here I am, send me. Second question, what is the number 3.14 known as? For you math wizards, what is the number 3.14 known as? Third question, true or false, McDonald's once tried bubblegum flavored broccoli on their menu. Is that true or false? They were trying to encourage the kids to eat more vegetables. McDonald's once tried.
And that was their idea?
If it's true. I could have
I bet
made it
that
up
marketing
this morning.
team got fired.
McDonald's once tried bubblegum flavored broccoli on their menu. True or false?
That team, that advertising team, after getting fired, moved over to Coke and then
tried
came
to
up
change
with
the recipe?
the new Coke.
New Coke. All right. Is that it, JJ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are the 2 most popular nicknames for the state of Mississippi? It's where we live. There are 2 nicknames that are the most common used. You know how states have nicknames?
Are these kind of like official?
Like Tennessee has a volunteer state.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Kentucky's a bluegrass state. Mississippi really has 2 names that they go by, nicknames. What are they? All right, numbers. My second question. There are There are the 3. There are 3 species of bears that live in North America. What are they? 3 species of bears, and by North America too, I'm including Canada and obviously Alaska.
Okay.
Everybody got that question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
3 species of bears.
All right, here's your one.
There's
That's
Yogi.
This
I
is
know there's Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
And then Smokey Bear.
You're on the wrong track.
I'm on the wrong track.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
I had something
I would
completely
say
different
good
in
try,
mind.
but
Yeah.
you're in like in the animated world over here. Okay. So this is a deep dive. If anybody knows the answer to this question,
without looking it up,
we'll send you a Trivia Friday T-shirt. Okay.
Without looking it up and without asking somebody.
On degree of difficulty in American history, this is a 10 of 10.
Oh, wow. Usually mock me for these.
But somebody might know it, okay? Because it has happened in baby boomers' lifetimes.
And we do have people who pay attention to these kinds of issues.
That's right. That's
Seriously,
right.
So,
all right, pay attention. When John F. Kennedy was assassinated in November of 1963, Lyndon Johnson, his VP, was sworn in as president. Who became Johnson's vice president?
That is a good question.
At the time.
That is.
So everybody got that?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I don't know the answer to that.
If you know the answer to that, without looking it up, we will send you an AFR Trivia Friday T-shirt.
And you don't have
I think I do know the answer to that, but it's a little bit of a guess.
And it's rare for us to have a Dan Quayle. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't even blurted that out. I'm so,
All right,
so
JJ,
sorry.
spell potato.
All right, we ready? We're done?
ready, go.
Okay, we're going to go to Iowa to start things off. And Dennis is on the line. Dennis, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good morning.
Hey, Dennis, how you doing, man?
Oh, pretty well. Surviving the nice cool weather up here.
Oh,
yes,
that's
sir.
a low
Well, I
blow,
think
brother.
I don't know. Is it cold? Is it cool up there?
Oh, the other morning it was 47 at dawn.
Oh,
Wow.
Where? In Iowa?
47?
Well, actually, I'm in central Michigan right now, but I am normally in Iowa at this time.
What's the
And,
name of a good realtor in your area for people that maybe want to start heading your way?
At least for the summer.
That's right.
Not for the winter.
All right, go, Dennis. Ask, answer, or both.
Both, and I also have a comment on a previous show that I've been dying to tell you for a long time.
Well, go ahead.
Okay. The trivia show Friday that was before the Kentucky Derby last year, not this year, but last year, you were asking for people to call in with horse sayings. Remember that?
With horse sayings?
I think that was Ed or Tim, just saying like things like, just like old sayings that included a horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't count
Yeah,
your horses
now-
before they hatch.
okay.
Things like that.
The one that come to my mind nobody brought up,
Mm-hmm.
and that was you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Right.
Now, do you know a modern analogy for that?
Let's see.
You better tell us.
You can lead a leftist to knowledge, but you can't make him think.
Hey,
I like that one. I have to use that one there.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Or you can say you can bring a horse to water, but a pencil must be lead. I've heard that one many times.
Wow. See, my pastor used to say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them put on their bathing suit. So we can just be here a while. Dennis, which one of these questions you feel confident about?
Oh, I'm an engineer. I got to do the 3.14 question.
Here's the question. What is the number 3.14 known as?
Well, most people eat it, but I like to refer to it as pi.
Oh, hey!
Out of the
out of
chute.
the gate.
Wow.
You know what that cowbell means, Dennis?
Yep.
You just won yourself a complete apple pie, a 3.14
face on it.
slice. Hey, you just won yourself a nice Learn University T-shirt. Way to start us off.
Well, to explain the answer, though, real quick, if you could, like without going into a lecture. You know what I'm saying? Just give us about 30 seconds of a minute.
The actual is 3.14159. That's the number I use all the time.
But what is that?
No.
Where does that?
For us laymen, what does that
Yeah, what
mean?
is that? Yeah.
Oh, it's the relationship between the diameter of a circle and the circumference.
Okay.
One dividing the other, right?
Was that Albert
Take the
Einstein?
circumference-
Was that Albert Einstein? Did
Oh,
he?
no, that was long before that. The ancient Greeks knew it, I think.
Wow.
Okay. and
Yeah,
that-
my grandfather on my mom's side, he knew it. And that was the most ancient Greek I knew. he understood it. Might have been before him.
Hey, Dennis, what's your question for us?
Wow.
Okay, this is a football question.
Yeah.
Tim's right. Tim and Ed are ready.
It's
Okay.
for meatheads.
I was watching an Iowa football game, and the Iowa had scored 19 points. They were all scored by one player. Who was the player, and how did he do it?
There's an Iowa football, you said, scored 19. One player scored 19 points?
Yes.
All right, we're going to talk.
doesn't
We're
mean-
going to talk amongst ourselves.
who.
We're going to talk amongst ourselves here, and so don't say yes or no.
Boy, if it had been a badminton question, I could make a
You were right
contribution.
there?
Yeah, but I'm not. These guys
You're
are
like a student of Iowa badminton history?
yes,
Are ya?
these guys are the football aficionados.
You know what?
It would have had to. A kicker would have had to be involved in this somewhere, right?
What era? What? I would
Give us
know.
a little hint, Dennis.
Well, a hint would be that the holder for the kicker was the backup quarterback.
Okay. You know what?
That's going to be a trick play.
I'm not gonna. One player scores 19 points. I can see one player scores 3 touchdowns. He gets 18.
That's 18. Or a kicker can kick
What
6
about if you
field
score?
goals.
What if you score 3 touchdowns and kick 1 extra point? Then you've accounted for 19, right?
You could.
Yeah.
But he said something about the holder. You know what? Do you guys,
We can be here a lot.
Yeah,
we'll be all-
Dennis, what's the answer?
I think you stumped us.
Great sports trivia.
They lined up to kick a field goal, and as soon as the ball was hiked, the holder stood up. The kicker ran around the end. He threw it to him, and he run in for a touchdown. Then he come back and kicked his extra point.
Okay, so
How do you
that's
get 19? That's just
so that's then 4 field goals tacked on,
4 field goals was dressed.
an extra point and a touchdown. That's-
What's the name of the player?
I don't know.
I
Many
thought-
years ago.
Oh, I thought that was the question.
No, I think he's.
The question was,
Oh, how?
How did they do it?
How? Okay.
yeah.
All
Dennis,
right,
stay
Brother
on-
Dennis, you take care, my
stay
friend.
on the line.
Stay
so
on the
we can-
line, man. I almost dropped
Yeah,
him.
so we can get your address and your
Yeah.
shirt size.
Put you on hold, and then Cindy Roberts will get your information, Dennis, and we will send you the
Your
t-shirt.
Trivia Friday T-shirt.
I suddenly got hungry for
Learning
pie,
University.
and I don't know why.
So the circumference of the
I think it's the diameter divided by the circumference gives you pi.
I was very impressed with our board operator, Brent. When I said that question, he just added the whole long one, but he added about 4 more numbers than Dennis did. So,
yeah.
I mean,
I think it's a repeating number. At some point, it goes on and on.
God gives us all gifts and abilities. and when it came to engineering, he said, "Tim, I ain't giving you anything. It's 0." Okay?
Me too. I may be in negative numbers when it comes to engine. And my dad was an engineer.
Yeah. Your dad was.
And when it comes to ice cream trucks, a liar.
what was that guy he's talking about?
You know you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead,
No,
right?
I
Ed?
love my dad.
Somebody,
He
they
didn't
al-
really do that.
They always say being there when your ship comes in, and the guy said, when God said train, I thought he said rain, and you went a different
Different
direction.
direction.
Missed the, yeah. I forgot
up
the joke
next?
and the punchline.
It happened.
We go to
It's been a long,
Kansas.
hot week.
We go to Kansas, and Susan is on the line. We need a lady to settle us down here, Susan.
Please.
Are you the right person?
I am.
Now, are you lazy, Susan, or was that somebody more kind of in the kitchen cabinet
I get that all the
business?
time. I fight that all the
Well,
time.
Thanks for calling, Susan. Where do you live?
In Topeka.
Okay, wonderful. I've been there. JJ's been there many times. You've been there many times.
You know, I haven't been to Topeka very many times.
Oh, have you
Only
not?
a couple.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm originally from Kansas, from Wisconsin, and spent 30 years in Minnesota and now 30 years in Kansas.
wow.
So,
Well, now
Yeah,
you've told us your age, Susan. How much do you weigh? Well, we're just getting real personal here on national radio.
yeah.
Hey,
Well, I also lived in Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. So, yeah, I'm retired.
wonderful. Well, hey, you want to ask, answer, or do both, dear?
I'm going to do both.
Which one you want to answer?
Tim's question about JFK's.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Now this is not a trick question, but it's a listen carefully question. Okay, so Susan, but I'm going to repeat it again. When JFK was assassinated in November of 1963, Lyndon Johnson, his vice president, was sworn in.
Right.
We've all seen that famous picture.
Yeah.
On the airplane. Who then became Johnson's vice president?
Well, I'm hoping it was Hubert H. Humphrey.
That was going to be my guess. But it was just a guess.
Hubert Humphrey was Johnson's vice president his second term.
Oh, because he finished Kennedy's term.
I'm not going to say anything else.
Just leave it alive for the next person.
That's a very good question, though.
But Susan, you did have it correct, which I think 9 out of 10 people who remember that era are going, that was Hubert Humphrey. He became VP. That is true in the second term of Lyndon Johnson.
And you want to know immediately after the assassination.
Right.
This is a very good question. I don't know the
really
answer to
good.
this,
Susan,
Dan.
what's your question for us?
Well, I'm hoping somebody has a timer or a stopwatch because in middle school, when I lived in Montevideo, Minnesota, we learned how to sing the alphabet backwards.
Ooh.
And I'm wondering if you can guess how many seconds it takes me to sing the alphabet backwards.
Well, we'd love to hear you do it.
I am going to, when you get started, I am going to click on a stopwatch.
I'm going to say 22 seconds.
Did
you
you
can
say
do it in 22 seconds. Sing the alphabet backwards.
Say alphabet again, Susan. What'd you say?
Alphabet.
Alphabet. Okay, alphabet. I thought you said alphabet.
I'm going to
22 seconds.
I was just thinking.
I'm going to say she can do it.
Go.
I'm going to say she can do it in 8 seconds. Do you have a guess?
Give her 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
ZYXW, VUTSRQPO, NMLK, JHGF, EDCBA.
That's less than 7 seconds.
Wow, but you really, nobody even knows if she did it right.
No, I mean, that was...
it sounded good. I could hear letters. I don't know whether she got...
Susan, do it again. I'm going to pay close attention.
All right, hang on. Let me reset.
All right, wait. He's going to reset. See if we can get you in the Guinness Book of World Records.
All right, go.
ZYXW, VUTSRQPO, NMLK, JHGF, EDCBA.
That is so
Did
impressive.
she beat her record?
She beat what she did the last time.
Wow.
Wow. Hey, now, I was
Susan.
joking about the Guinness Book of World Records, but you can get a record for any category under the sun.
right.
Look into that, Susan.
Yeah, you might be qualified there to get Susan from Kansas. We'll see her in the Guinness Book of World
That's
Records
right.
next year.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you. God bless you. You hear the music. Have a great weekend.
We had to take a short time out.
I went to Montevideo, Minnesota, and did a banquet where she said.
Oh, Montevideo?
Montevideo. We have a station up there.
Yeah. All right, and we have one in Topeka where she lives, where Susan lives. Thank you, Susan. We'll be back. We'll get back to more questions and answers after this short time out.
It's my turn.
Here is your host for My Turn, Don Wildmon.
And after 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter and James and John his brother, and led them up a high mountain apart. And he was transfigured before them, and his face shone like the sun, and his garments became white as light. 2 mountains in the Holy Land are revered as the Mountain of Transfiguration. Like many other sites of the Holy Land, one has to decide which site he prefers as being authentic, if indeed either is. Since the 4th century, Mount Tabor has been accepted by many as the Mount of Transfiguration. Mount Tabor is about 5 miles east of Nazareth and 12 miles west of the southern tip of the Sea of Galilee. Although the mountain is only 1,843 feet high, one can see a far distance from its summit. Atop Mount Tabor, you can see Mount Carmel, about 25 miles to the west on the edge of the Mediterranean Sea. You can also see Mount Hermon, nearly 50 miles to the north. To the south and west of Mount Tabor is the plain of Ashkelon, also known as the Plain of Jezreel. The other spot, which some consider to be the Mountain of Transfiguration, is Mount Hermon. It's about 30 miles north of the Sea of Galilee. The highest point of this snow-capped mountain is 9,101 feet above sea level. Just south of Mount Hermon is Caesarea Philippi. The fact that Jesus was mentioned as being in this area just prior to the Transfiguration experience is accepted by some as evidence of Mount Hermon being the Mount of Transfiguration. The truth is that we don't know where the Mount of Transfiguration is, and it really doesn't matter, because it was not the location which was important, but the event. Jesus took Peter, James, and John and led them up a high mountain. Then something mysterious and exciting happened. As the disciples looked on, the face of Jesus became exceedingly bright. His clothes became as white as light. Then the three disciples recognized two men with Jesus, Moses and Elijah. Moses represented the old law through which God had sought to save man from his sinfulness. Elijah represented the prophets whom God had sent to lead the people into his kingdom. And Jesus, of course, was God's final and most perfect method of winning people to his way. Suddenly, a shining cloud came over the group, and a voice was heard speaking from that cloud. "This is my own dear Son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him." It was such a terrifying experience for the disciples that they fell on their faces. During the experience, Peter, in his excitement, wanted to build 3 buildings of worship on that mountain. One was to be for Jesus, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. Peter had tasted a mountaintop spiritual experience. He did not want to go back down into the valley. But Jesus would not let Peter build those houses of worship. No, Jesus took his disciples and went back down into the valley where the suffering of life was. There was a young boy suffering from epilepsy, waiting for him upon his return. You know, we all need occasionally our mountain of transfiguration experiences. But to stay on the mountain, apart from the sin and suffering of humanity, is contrary to the will of God.
This has been My Turn with Don Wildmon, a production of the American Family Association.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tim Wildmon, president of American Family Association and American Family Radio. Hey, we've got some great tours lined up for March of 2027. We've got one tour we call the Footsteps of Paul tour. That's mainly in Greece, or only in Greece, including Athens and Corinth and Thessalonica. And then we've got a separate tour to Italy, where we're going to Venice and Florence and Pisa and Rome and all the sites of Italy. So you can do both of these tours if you want to. We've arranged that as well. Also, this tour of Italy, it's not like the Olive Garden tour of Italy. You know, we're really going there to Italy to see Italy and to eat Italian food too as well. So for information on any of the tours I've mentioned here, go to tours.afa.net. Tours.afa.net, tours.afa.net.
Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. 1 Corinthians 13, 6-7.
American Family Radio.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. We also call this
Learning
University. Let's try that one
was-
more time. That was unfortunate. We also call this Learning University. Tim, Ed, and JJ here. You're listening to American Family Radio, and we're going to repeat our trivia questions, which have
Heretofore
gone unanswered.
All right, here are my 3. In written English, every syllable must contain what? Second question. What does the 4th Amendment to the Constitution prohibit the government from doing? And then third question, a true-false. For most of human history, most birthdays were not celebrated because most people didn't know their birthday. Is that true, though, or false?
Here's what I've got. First question from the Bible. the Bible verse where the Lord's saying, "Who shall go for us?" Then I said, "Here I am, send me." Where in the Bible is that? Which book of the Bible? Here I am, send me. Second question, true or false? McDonald's once tried to, they offered bubblegum flavored broccoli on their menu. Is that true or false?
Do you really, that would get out of the first meeting? You know, the first committee?
It may have.
May have.
Yeah.
That's hard to
if
believe.
it's true, it could be 100% made up.
Yeah, maybe.
McDonald's once tried bubblegum flavored broccoli on their menu to encourage kids to eat more vegetables.
Yeah.
Third question, I'm going to add one. And this is going to be a tough one. Baby boomers, you'll remember Batman. This is one of those POW questions and whammo. What was the name of Batman's butler? What was the name of They said his name all the time.
Oh, yeah, I know the answer.
Do you really?
A true fan knows.
A true fan. Was it DC or Marvel or
No, that was DC. Batman was DC.
What was the name of Batman's butler? Go, Tim.
Mine are, there are three species of bears that live in North America. Name them. Number 2, what are the two, okay, the second question. What are the two most popular nicknames for the state of Mississippi? There are two that they're basically 50-50 they're used. And number 3, when John F. Kennedy was assassinated and Lyndon Johnson became president, he was sworn in on the plane. We all remember that famous picture of Lyndon Johnson being sworn in the day JFK was assassinated. Who then became Johnson's vice president? All right, Ed, let's go.
All right. You know what? I feel like going back to Iowa. I don't know. I just feel like bacon today.
Okay.
And so Robert joins us. Robert from Iowa. Robert, welcome to Trivia Friday. Robert, you there?
Hello, Robert.
I think I clicked right. Huh?
Hey, I think I hear somebody. Robert, you there?
Robert, you
Can
may
you
have
hear me?
Yes, sir. There you are.
We almost dropped you.
Oh, boy.
Well, anyway, welcome. We connected. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Where do you live in Iowa, Robert?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He must be having trouble hearing us.
I think that's the name of his town.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's.
Can you hear me, Iowa?
Des Moines.
All right. I'm going to. Robert.
Put him in radio purgatory, Ed.
All right.
Oh, my.
He may have us on mute. All right, Robert, if you're listening, I put you on hold. I'm not sure what we're going to do to get him back.
We'll try to come back.
We'll try to get you. So,
Robert, we think we had you on mute. We could hear you, but you couldn't. That you had us on mute. We could hear you, but you couldn't hear us.
Need to repent, Robert, and we'll get you back on the radio.
All right, let's go instead to Mississippi while we're trying to work on getting Robert back. Let's talk to Joseph. Joseph, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
Joseph, answering that one question is going to be a little too easy for you. I don't know about that.
Where do you live in Mississippi, Joseph?
Right in the center of the state, Carthage.
Carthage, all right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thanks for calling. How long you been listening to AFR there in Carthage? 92.5, I guess.
Ever since y'all started back in the early 90s.
Wow.
Yeah. Joseph,
true fan.
I did stand-up comedy for a bank there in Carthage, just a little thing they're getting together.
Carthage.
What did I say?
I think it's Carthage.
Yeah, and that was my first time to be there. Really nice people.
Well, Joseph, welcome to the program. You want to ask, answer, or do both, brother?
I'll do both. I'm on my mail route, so I had to just pull over so I won't drop y'all.
Great.
All right.
Thanks for your service, too. We really appreciate getting our mail each day.
Well, which one do you want to try to answer, Joseph?
You know, I know a really easy one there about the state of Mississippi.
I saw that coming. I didn't think you were going to go for that low-hanging fruit, Joseph.
You do what you got to do, right?
That's right. But I like the bear species also, but I'll save that for somebody else.
All right, here's the question. Here's the question Joseph from Mississippi is going to answer. There are two popular nicknames for the state of Mississippi. What are they, Joseph?
Hospitality State and Magnolia State.
Right.
Nicely done.
Right. And for an AFR Trivia Friday Learning University T-shirt, Joseph, which of those two is the official nickname?
Oh my goodness, you got me there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go with Hospitality State.
That's a good guess. Obviously, one of
Good
two.
guess, but it had to be the other.
It's Magnolia State.
The official nickname for the state of Mississippi is the Magnolia State.
Okay, you got me there.
But you got it. You know what? I'm feeling.
He's a mailman.
Yeah, and I'm feeling generous today. So, so we're going to send Joseph one of our T-shirts. Okay.
Good. This is our Common Core University.
Guys,
here. All you had to do was try, Joseph, and you're going to get a T-shirt.
Can I weigh in?
That's awesome.
I was born and raised in Kentucky. I've lived in Mississippi for decades now, so I feel like I've earned the right to be heard on this. It really is the most hospitable. The Southern hospitality, it's real. And magnolia trees, we didn't have those in Kentucky. Very, very rare. You see the magnolia trees with the big, beautiful flowers that are on there, and that was on the tag on the license plate for years. It's the Magnolia State. But if you haven't come to Mississippi, I encourage you to do that. Mississippi was last in a lot of things, so he took a lot of ribbing, a lot of jokes. But it's it's an amazing place. I live here by choice now. All my children but one were born here. It's just a wonderful state.
And I'm from further north than you are, and I love the state. My wife's from here. My daughter was raised here. We moved here when she was just a year and a half old. My son was born here. All my grandkids. Great place to raise a family.
Great place.
We don't want any more people here. Okay, so I wish y'all
certainly no more Yankees.
I wish y'all would cut that out because
Yankees stay home.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, Joseph, thank you so much. Stay on the line so we can get your. Oh, you got a question for us?
Yeah.
I got a question for y'all. A couple of years ago, I was at the water park with my grandchildren, and I got to thinking about what are four things. We was in Israel at this very time 30 years ago, my wife and I with our church group, and I just got to thinking while I was at that water park, what are four things we did in Israel that, partook where we got to partake of water activity, and if y'all can give me four things that you do on your tour in Israel that you could consider water park activity.
One, you were baptized in the River Jordan, so let's knock that one out.
One. Yes, sir.
A boat ride on the Sea of Galilee.
You got two.
There's two. They waterboarded you. They're the Israeli army whenever you jaywalk.
Oh, we didn't do that. We didn't do that.
So
those two are
Dead Sea.
Dead Sea.
Dead
Good,
Sea.
Tim.
Okay.
Very good.
Floating in the Dead Sea.
Is that number three?
Yeah. That's three. One more.
Fourth thing. You
were stumped. What's the answer?
Say,
here we go.
I'll just say visiting Jaffa or one of the sites on the Mediterranean.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
Okay, did y'all go through the Hezekiah's tunnel? How many times have y'all been through it? I'm sure.
I didn't know 20 years ago they had found it.
But they there was water running through Hezekiah's tunnel, and we had to go through with flip-flops or else barefooted.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I thought that was pretty neat.
Wow.
One thing about that trip that's very memorable to me, I know last week they mentioned on the news about it being the 30-year anniversary. That plane went down that left New York. Y'all remember that? It was.
Well, there was a couple of them.
Major airlines. One of the major airlines lost a big plane there. Just last week was the anniversary of it. So anyway, when we got to Israel, my mother-in-law called us at our hotel room. I do not know how she got our number where we were at, but she was afraid we was on that plane.
Oh wow!
Wow!
That's just a.
Yeah.
That's a vivid
that really,
memory
stuck
for you.
with me there.
Yeah. Hey, Joseph, please stay on the line so we can get your address and your T-shirt size. And thank you so much for listening to AFR and all those great comments.
Yeah.
Who's next, Ed?
All right, we go to Maryland. Been a while since we've had a call from Maryland. Jimmy is on the line. Jimmy, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We can, Jimmy. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right. Well,
No,
welcome.
I'm actually at work, but I'm taking a break.
Okay. All right. Well, don't get yourself in trouble. Where do you live in Maryland, Jimmy?
Deep Creek Lake.
Okay. Are you listening on the app?
I'm actually listening to 90.3 out of Grantsville.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a radio station there in the western part of the state of Maryland where normal people live. I should not have said that.
No, that's the people get that.
I'm one of the normals.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We're normal, patriotic, God-fearing people.
Amen.
Like Jimmy.
All right, Jimmy, ask, answer.
I'm actually a pastor, too.
Yeah.
A pastor.
Oh, wow.
I want to do both.
You check all the boxes.
Hey, ask, answer, or do both, Pastor.
Both?
Which one you want to try to answer?
The Batman question?
Okay.
Wait a minute. You're a pastor and you called in?
Hey, listen, he's my kind of pastor.
Here's what
I want to do the Bible question, but I figured I'd save that for somebody else.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Good pastor there.
What was the name, Jimmy? What was the name of Batman's butler?
Alfred.
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 Yeah. And I think wasn't he one of the chipmunks? Alfred. Or is that something different?
Yeah, Alvin. You're
Alvin.
close.
Yeah.
Alvin.
Hey, Jimmy, what's your question for us?
So, which NFL franchise has the best winning percentage, but to never win a Super Bowl?
Oh, best winning percentage, but to never. All right, now we're going to talk amongst ourselves here for just a second.
I know what
Jimmy.
it is.
All right, do you think it's Buffalo?
Yeah, Buffalo.
Buffalo Bills?
That's my guess. Yeah. I can't imagine any other team having as much success.
How about the because lately too as well. I was going to say maybe the Minnesota Vikings, but they've had a lot of bad years as well. So I think Buffalo.
Jimmy, you got any badminton questions so I can jump in here with be a team player, or are you just going to stick with football?
Is it Buffalo Bills?
It is not. It is the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, so I was thinking, but they've had a lot of bad years, so I was surprised.
They won.
They were in the Super Bowl 4 times and never won.
They was in the Super Bowl, 4 times, but then since then they've lost 9 NFC Championship games.
Ouch!
Wow!
Talk about being a
45
bridesmaid and never a bride.
I don't know. That's almost like spiritual. You know what I'm saying? That's some kind of curse.
They probably feel like it.
I think they built their stadium over an Indian mound or something right there. You know what? Buffalo Bills lost 4 consecutive Super Bowls.
And won with that last-second field goal, remember? Where they missed the field goal to win it, and then the Giants, I think, came back and beat them. That was back in I think it was the Giants
Jim,
back in the 90s.
You're talking about building on that Indian mound. One of my daughters was in a wedding last Saturday, and they tried to light the unity candle, and it wouldn't light. I mean, their flames from their families were big, but they tried and tried and tried, and finally they just had to give up. Well, one of my daughters, when we came home, said, "I'm not superstitious." She said, "I'm just regular-stitious." But she said, people there thought, "Oh, no, I hope that wasn't an omen." But I thought that was pretty funny. I'm not superstitious. I'm just regular-stitious.
All right.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you for pastoring the church there in Maryland and for taking care of God's people, Jimmy. We think highly of those who serve the sheep, the lambs of God.
Most of them.
Most, okay.
I mean, it's hard to make a blanket statement.
Okay.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Well, the ones that serve well. How about that?
I'm with you there.
The ones that are
Sounds
called,
like you're not.
The ones that are called, not the ones that just went.
I mean,
just went because it was convenient. No,
your heart's got to be in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Well, and sometimes it can be in it at the start, and then later on you're going, "Why did I do this?"
Sounds like a man who's been there.
All right. I think we should stop and move on to Kentucky. That's what I think.
That's what I'm talking about.
And we're going to talk
JJ's
to
home
Debbie.
state.
Yes.
Debbie, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
Debbie, where in Kentucky? I got my hand over my heart right now. Bluegrass State.
Cunningham.
Yeah. Now,
is that in Western Kentucky?
Where is that? That
Yes,
doesn't
it is.
ring a bell.
Yes, it is. It's kind of between Paducah and Wycliffe.
Okay, yeah, you're right there in the corner where all those barges collide and all those rivers join.
Exactly.
Do you want to ask?
Yes.
Hey, do you ever get up to Owensboro? Are you familiar with Owensboro?
I've been through there, but I've not been there a lot. So.
Okay, you need to go on a vacation there. Get you some mutton and
That'd be
burgoo,
fun.
the bluegrass, the world's largest or the National Bluegrass Museum festival is there. Other things.
All right.
So ask, answer, and do
That's
both.
a vacation destination, isn't it?
Yes. That's where the Waltrips are from. Man, I could go on and on.
Every time you talk about someone about Kentucky, you mention burgoo.
And mutton.
Mutton and burgoo.
Don't forget mutton.
Now, mutton I've heard
Louisiana,
of.
it's kind of like crawfish to Louisiana.
Yeah, but burgoo sounds like the most famous food I've never heard of.
It's like what they did describe.
Here's what I learned years ago. Yeah. When you're in your little neck of the woods, you think everybody eats what you eat. West Virginia, they eat ramps. They even have a ramp festival. And they think that everybody knows about it and eats it. I got there, I said, I've never heard of this in my life. I thought everybody grew up eating mutton and burgoo. You get outside of our county, nobody's even heard of it. The mutton is from sheep. And it's chopped and sliced. The burgoo is like a stew. I think they even like
mutton stew.
Yes, it's got mutton and potatoes and corn and all other odds and ends in there, but it is some kind of delicious. But we have mutton festivals, burgoo festivals, like all these people have cook-offs, and so. But it's funny when you get in different parts. Well, just like my wife grew up near Louisiana, and she'd talk about boudage and etouffee, and I said, I have no idea what you're even talking about. You're not even speaking English. And they're like, what? You didn't grow up having crawfish for every 4th of July and every. So, hey, so anyway, Debbie, you owe it to yourself. Put that on your bucket list to go to Owensboro and get some of that. Go to Moonlight Barbecue. That's the one you want to go to. Ask, answer, ask, answer, or do both.
I would like to attempt to answer, and I'd like to give you an alternate answer to the riddle that you started out the show with.
Oh, I'm ready. What do you call advice you get from a cow?
My first reaction was utter nonsense.
Hey, all right.
That's good.
All right. I never make this kind of call, Debbie, but I want you to stay on the line. You deserve a T-shirt for that.
Brother.
You just won yourself a Learning University T-shirt. That was
Utter
funny.
nonsense.
I like it. That's quick.
So which question you want to answer?
The one about the written English, what is in every syllable?
Oh, okay. Here's the
I believe
question.
it's a vowel.
Okay, in written English, every syllable must contain what? And you said a vowel, and that is absolutely correct.
Nicely done.
Yep. Now, are you an English teacher or?
No.
You just paid attention in class, didn't you?
Well, that and I write Scholar Bowl questions, so.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, what's your question for us? And don't forget, when we're done, we'll put you on hold, and Cindy Roberts will get your information, and we'll get you a T-shirt. But what's your question for us, Debbie?
I didn't have a question for you. I just had the alternate answer to your riddle. So.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. That was very quick.
Absolutely.
And JJ is happy. We're all happy to send you a T-shirt on your way. So stay on the line, and you'll give your information, and we'll get that T-shirt to you in the mail.
So
All right.
let me ask you one question, JJ, about the burgoo and the mutton.
Yes.
So, is that in your area there where you grew up, Owensboro? Is that like? Do you drive down the road and there's sheep everywhere?
No, that's a real enigma. I never saw one sheep in my entire life in Owensboro, and I got a crazy theory on that. A lot of the major businesses in Owensboro are owned by Jewish folks. And I'm wondering, this is a research thing for a researcher. I think a Jewish population must have moved there many, many years ago. And because, all through the Bible, you see sheep and all this. And I think they started bringing it to the area because there was a barbecue place on every corner, and we never thought pork or beef. Everybody just knew it was going to be sheep. But the sheep weren't growing around there, so they're bringing it in from somewhere. But we are the barbecue capital of the world. Memphis disputes Owensboro because one is how many tons is exported and the other is how many tons are eaten. but we're like first or second in the world, barbecue capital of the world.
Yeah.
It is sheep, and I've not seen one sheep grazing there.
Huh.
Well, there's a reason for that. We can talk
And it goes
about
to the first thing you said.
we can talk. You have to be 12 years old first before we're going to discuss that kind of what happens to the little sheep.
Well, I will say this: my wife will not eat any kind of lamb, just because of that thing you're talking about, Tim. She just says they're so cute. I just can't eat lamb or lamb chops. Or
Hey, let's
anything
repeat
like
our questions, and then we'll take a break. And that way, when we get back from the news, we won't have to reset. How about
All right,
that?
and I'll have to. Okay, so I have 2 questions remaining. You know what? I think I'm going to hold like Tim does. Here's my 2 questions. What does the Fourth Amendment prohibit the government from doing? And then, second question, for most of human history, most birthdays were not celebrated because most people didn't know their birthday. Is that true or false?
Here's what I've got. First question from the Bible, that very famous verse, "Here I am, send me." The Lord asking, "Whom shall I send? Who will go for us?" Then I said, "Here I am, send me." What book of the Bible? Where is that in the Bible? Second question, true or false? McDonald's once tried bubblegum flavored broccoli on their menu. Is that true? And then I'll add one more. What does a cartographer do? What does a cartographer do?
Okay, my 2 questions. The first one is this. There are 3 species of bears that live in North America.
You got gummy bears. That's one.
That's one. I want you to name the 3 species of bears that live in North America. And number 2, when JFK was assassinated in November of 1963, Lyndon Johnson was sworn in as president on Air Force One. I want to know who then became, that day, the Vice President of the United States. We'll be back in 5 minutes, and we'll get back to our calls.
The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast may not necessarily reflect those of the American Family Association or American Family Radio.
Faith, family, freedom. American Family Radio.
By the way, the pirate and pirate money is not about criminals. Real pirates plunder without cause. But during the Revolution, a version of pirates, we call them privateers, they were legally commissioned raiders. They were heroes.
That was Kevin Freeman talking about why Christians might call themselves pirates on Pirate Money Radio. Find more at afr.net/podcasts.
This is American Family Radio, a listener-supported ministry of the American Family Association.
American Family News, I'm Rusty Pugh. A series of explosions sounded near a military base hosting U.S. forces in northern Iraq today. That came hours after the American military said it finished its 13th night of strikes against Iran. President Trump is warning of major escalation.
Doing very well against the Islamic Republic of Iran. We're doing extremely well. They would like to do something, but I say they're not ready yet. They need more of the same. They're not ready yet. They got some evil intentions. We cannot let them have a nuclear weapon. If we did all this that I'm talking about your data centers, isn't that important? When they start blowing away communities one by one, we cannot let them ever even think about having a nuclear weapon, and that's exactly what's happening. They'll never have a nuclear weapon.
Officials are gathering today in Ontario to take delight in a new U.S.-Canada bridge over the Detroit River, an international span that is expected to enhance trade on both sides of the border and give travelers another route to both countries. A ceremony is taking place in Windsor, Ontario, before the Gordie Howe International Bridge opens to traffic Monday. The federal government is funded until the end of September, but the House has already passed a stopgap measure that would provide funding until early December. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says President Trump supports the funding bill.
This president in this White House wants the government to remain open, unlike the Democrats in this town who have been acting as obstructionists.
Democrats are poised to lock in the party's 2028 presidential nominating schedule today, likely cementing a dramatic break from decades of tradition by keeping Iowa off the top of the calendar. Either South Carolina or Nevada is expected to go first, and each state has aggressively campaigned for the coveted spot. Check your refrigerator. More than 1.5 million dozen eggs sold across 6 states are being recalled over possible salmonella contamination.
The FDA says Midwest Poultry Services is voluntarily recalling nearly 1.6 million dozen shell eggs sold under brands including Kroger, Simple Truth, Country Morning, and Sunups. The eggs were distributed in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, and Mississippi. Officials say the contamination was discovered during routine testing. No illnesses have been reported so far. Consumers should not eat the recalled eggs and should return them to the store for a full refund. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
Tropical Storm Bertha brought heavy surf and some flooding to southern Louisiana and Texas as it came ashore on the Gulf Coast for a second time last night. By late evening, the Hurricane Center declared Bertha had dissipated. An organization has concerns about materials being provided to teachers. Chris Woodward has more.
Sherry Few of United States Parents Involved in Education said that information from the Southern Poverty Law Center is embedded in teacher training programs in K-12 districts nationwide.
The topics are anti-racism, Black Lives Matter, gender ideology, queer theory, white privilege, white supremacy, whiteness, and transgenderism. It's just basically identity politics. And they're intentionally sowing division among young people.
In April, the SPLC was indicted on federal fraud charges, alleging it improperly raised millions of dollars to secretly pay leaders of the KKK and other hate groups for inside information. The SPLC denied wrongdoing and entered a not guilty plea on July 7th. Still, Few does not want SPLC messaging in teacher training materials.
Teachers, unfortunately, they're young and impressionable. They've already had somewhat of an indoctrination in K-12. They go into these teacher colleges and they come out fully indoctrinated and think that they're right.
Some Americans have the means to homeschool their children or put them in private or religious school settings where this may not be a concern. Even so, Few said people should care about this situation.
Not only are your tax dollars funding it, but it has become so widespread and so toxic that our very freedom as a country can be in threat.
I'm Chris Woodward.
Brent crude oil jumped as high as $102 a barrel during today, Thursday, up from $72 earlier this month. It was trading near $100 early today. For American Family News, I'm Rusty Peay.
The American Family Association's mission is to inform, equip, and activate individuals to strengthen the moral foundations of our culture. Our goal is to be a leading organization in biblical worldview training for cultural transformation. We stand on the biblical truth that all human beings, including the unborn, are created in the image of God and are endowed by Him with the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Thank you for standing with the American Family Association.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840. Now, back to more Trivia Friday.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. I'm Tim with Ed and JJ, and we're here until the bottom of the hour with Learning University Edumacation, and we're bearing it. All right? Here on American Family Radio, bearing knowledge.
Bringing it.
Burying it. I'm not quite sure.
We can do both. we can dribble around you, we can dribble through you. You pick. All right.
The choice is yours.
Choice is yours. So we've already reset our questions prior to the news, so we're going to go back to the phones.
All right.
But let me just say this. We have cataloged a lot of our past shows of Trivia Friday.
In the archives.
Thank you, JJ. That's the word I was looking for. So if you want to listen to any of the shows, we got 2 years or so, or more, 3 years. Hey, I don't know. We got a ton of Trivia Friday shows that you can download easily and listen if you're traveling and you want to have a few laughs and learn something. Just go to afr.net, and click on podcast, and you will see all those podcasts. Just the Trivia Friday banner. Click on that Trivia Friday banner, and you'll see podcasts.
By the way, you can also go to resources.afa.net, resources.afa.net. And we have, JJ, I don't know how many of the hilarious highlights where you went through all the shows and picked some of the best out. What do we have, 10 of those?
11 and maybe 12 that there's two that are ready right now. So those are, people say they go on road trips and put those in their CD player, and they are just hysterical.
All right, go.
All right, we go to Arkansas, and Brian is on the line. Brian, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hey there. Thank you for taking my call. How are you?
All right, Brian. Thanks for calling, buddy. Where do you live in Arkansas?
Well, I live in northwest Arkansas, but I'm currently in Martha's Vineyard for work, traveling, listening to you guys on the app.
Suffering for Jesus.
Right.
Martha's Vineyard.
Exactly
Martha's Vineyard.
How much is a hotel room on Martha's Vineyard? Like $500?
They don't even really have hotels here.
Oh,
You
okay.
keep going up from there.
Okay, you got to get a Verbo or something like that.
Yes, sir.
I got you. That's
I wanted to answer the question about the Bears.
Oh, there you go.
The 1985 Bears were known. No, the Bears.
Bears.
Okay. Are you? I'm just curious, Brian. Are you able to tell us what kind of work you're in that would take you to Martha's Vineyard?
Sure. I'm a corporate pilot.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, Martha's Vineyard, we were up in Boston, and that we could have taken was it a ferry, Ed, over to Martha's Vineyard?
Yes.
Is that what you did?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, you're a corporate pilot, so you can fly right in there. Okay, here we go.
We flew right in.
I got you. Here's the question that Brian's going to answer. There are 3 species of bears that live in North America. Name them.
Yes, sir. I appreciated Joseph earlier saving that question. Got the American, the grizzly, and the polar bear.
Okay.
Wait, a polar bear is in North America?
Yeah, well, because that includes Canada up into the Yukon, and I guess they come over from.
All right, you said what now? Repeat those.
The American black bear, the grizzly bear, and the polar bear.
Okay. Yes. Yes and no, but it's more yes than no. Okay.
All right.
Here's the answer, Brian. The 3 species are known as black bears, brown bears, and polar bears.
Okay, brown bear is not. Because that's technically that is correct.
A grizzly bear is a subset of the brown bear family.
Because there's Kodiak, brown bear.
Right. You see what I'm saying, Brian?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you sound disappointed.
That's not going to affect your ability to graduate. You'll still get a couple of chords and a sash when you walk.
Like I said, you're mostly right. You can't apply that to your job.
You'd be surprised.
We don't want to know, Brian. We're sitting
anything,
in the
brother.
back. We don't want to know, brother.
What goes on Trivia Friday stays on Trivia Friday. No one will ever know.
Forget that VOR.
So
I'm going to fly where I want to fly.
I'm going to say you got it right, but he said American black bears. That is the most common bear in North America, but brown bears, which include the grizzlies and the Kodiaks. And then the polar bears. Polar bears are found only in Canada and
Alaska.
Grizzlies in the American West, American, mountainous West, right? And then black bears are all over the place.
Brian, quick pilot question. What, 5,000, 7,000 hours, and you flying a Learjet, a King Air, a Beach Premier? What are you flying?
I've got about 5,500 hours, and we fly citation latitude.
Oh, yeah. That's sweet. Well, you're living the dream, buddy. I hope you appreciate that.
What are
you talking? You got some pictures if you send me an email address or something.
Send him your email. He'll send you pictures of his.
Yeah. You can go to jjjasper.com or jjjasper@afr.net. I'd love to see some pictures because what I fly has got a giant rubber band out front. You got to twist that little red propeller up. It takes forever, but it's the least worth getting off the ground.
I remember those days.
Hey, Brian, one question for you. J.J. Jasper, he will always be remembered as the man who landed the plane on the highway. Well, you'll be remembered for more than that.
I'll be remembered for dad jokes at number one. Number two, the engine quit and I had to land on the highway.
Yeah, so you probably.
Well, I'm glad that you're still here to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's what the first responders said. They said they never worked one of those where they actually had a conversation with the person that was in the
plane.
All right,
Brian, what's your question for us?
Yes, sir. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
On the QWERTY keyboard, using correct typing fundamentals, what is the longest word that you can type one-handed?
Oh, my goodness.
All right, I remember a quick brown fox jumped over the lazy log. But I don't remember nothing about how much you can get out of that supercalifragilistic with just typing with one hand. Yeah.
Supercalifragilistic.
What over the log and the frog?
That was the sentence that you typed.
It had every letter.
Had every letter. Yeah, something about the quick brown fox.
No, this is a real word.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that in some trivia stuff, but I can't remember.
I think you got us, Brian.
Well, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. I mean,
yes.
Why are y'all laughing?
Because this is usually when something nutty gets said.
I'm just. That's hurtful, Ed. I thought we were friends.
All right, what's your shot?
I'm just going to say I'm Transylvania.
Transylvania.
I mean, like I said, shot in the dark. Y'all got anything better?
No, I don't.
Then we're going with Transylvania.
All right, Transylvania it is, Brian. What's the actual answer?
Transylvania has to use both hands to type all those letters.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Stewardesses.
What is it?
Stewardesses.
Stewardesses.
Wow,
you would type all of that with your left hand.
Ties right in with his. Hey, the Transylvania thing. Do it in your voice, Ed. Transylvania.
Transylvania.
You used to do commercials for
number 6.
No, for some kind of cereal, didn't you?
Yeah. Count Chocula.
Count Chocula. Yeah. Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Watch your airspeed, and always good talking
and
to
have a lobster roll.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Two things.
Who's next, Ed?
All right, we're going to go to Mississippi. And Hayden is on the line. Hayden is 12 years old. So we got a youngin' who is certainly under the wire and is a legit caller because 11 years old or older. Hayden, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
All right, Hayden, where do you live, my friend?
Guntown, Mississippi.
That's what I'm talking
up the road.
about.
That's just a 7-iron from here. Huh?
That is just right up the highway.
Yeah, right.
Well, Hayden, welcome to the program. Do you want to ask, answer, or do both?
I'm going to do both.
All right. Which one do you want to try to answer?
Is it the Fourth Amendment?
All right, good. So, good. We got a little constitutional scholar here. Here's the question, Hayden. What does the Fourth Amendment prohibit the government from doing?
Is it unlawful search?
That is correct. It cannot, yes.
Nice.
The government cannot conduct warrantless searches by law enforcement. There is an exception because of the Supreme Court. Searching cars are permitted if there is probable cause to suspect contraband is inside. So the government prohibits unreasonable searches and seizures.
Yeah, that would be, you couldn't operate without that provision.
Right.
I mean, highway patrolmen and stuff. And
right.
Drug enforcement people.
That's why if marijuana is illegal and they smell marijuana, they could conduct a search or bring a dog out because they would have a reasonable suspicion.
Hayden, thanks for being a young patriot. What's your question for us?
All right. Y'all ready?
We're ready.
Bring it.
So the dot above the lowercase I and J, what is the name of it?
I think it's a tittle, guys.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think there's jot and tittle. I think that's called a tittle.
Or Transylvania.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just kind of trying to
Jot and Tittle, that was quite the wrestling team, though. if you remember back in the 50s and 60s.
They come off that turnbuckle. Jerry King Lawler ain't got no chance when Jot and Tittle are in the arena.
Well, then, Mutt and Jeff took their place. So if you remember that,
Mutt and Burgoo took their place.
We took the place.
Hey, are we right? Is it Jot or Tittle?
It is. You are right.
Which one is it?
Tittle.
Tittle. Yeah. We were going to name one of our kids Tittle.
That's the dot over the I and the J are both called that, correct?
Tittle.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And there was a famous football player. This is not a joke. It sounds like I'm leading into one. But the New York Giants, Y.A. Tittle, was, I think he's a Hall of Famer, way back in the 50s, I think. Led the New York Giants to several world championships.
Huh. All right, buddy.
He's quarterback.
Thanks. Have a great weekend, Hayden.
Yeah, that was good. Hayden, thank you for calling. We always appreciate young folks getting in on the show.
And he knew something about the
Constitution.
Right.
All right, let's reset our questions for the last time today.
All right, and I've just got one remaining. Hopefully it'll last for the rest of the show. It is a true-false question. For most of human history, most birthdays were not celebrated because most people didn't know their birthday. Is that true or false?
I'm surprised this Bible question, this Old Testament question, is still alive. That verse, who will go for us? Then I said, here I am, send me. Where in the Bible is that? Second question, true or false? McDonald's once tried bubblegum flavor broccoli on their menu. Is that true or false? And then, if you say my daddy is a cartographer, what does he do? What does a cartographer do?
My lone question I have remaining is this, and this is for a Learning University T-shirt, if you can get this. When John F. Kennedy was assassinated in November of 1963, Lyndon Johnson became president. He was sworn in on the airplane. Who became Johnson's vice president that day? Want to know the answer to that question and for the remainder of his first term.
Okay, now that's if they can answer it, they get a T-shirt. Yeah. If they do without looking it up or asking someone, or are you just going to?
I'll just take any answer at all right now because we've been going the whole show.
Okay.
So we're going to dumb it down.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is very interesting.
It's a hard question.
I looked this up. It's hard. By the way, you had mentioned earlier, Tim, about the Trivia Friday podcast.
Yeah.
If you go to afr.net and you click on the podcast drop-down menu, you can find Trivia Friday. Brent Creeley, our producer, looked it up, and those podcasts go back to 2020. We have 6 years worth of Trivia Friday. Folks, you could drive all the way to Alaska and back.
And you can listen to us get dumber and dumber and dumber over the years, right? Or smarter and smarter and
smarter.
As you used to say, Ed.
This show exists to make our students better, smarter, and awesomer.
And awesomer. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, let's go to Illinois, and Vivian is on the line. We've had a lot of ladies calling in today. We always love to have our ladies call in. Vivian, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vivian. Where do you live in Illinois?
In southern Illinois.
Right. That's so many people. Like,
50 miles north of Paducah.
Like Vivian,
okay.
A lot of people from Illinois, you ask them where they're from. I'm not from Chicago.
Right.
It's
southern, and in southern Illinois.
That's the first thing they say. I'm not from Chicago. But anyway, Vivian, well, wonderful. Are you near Carbondale and Mount Vernon and that area?
I'm between Carbondale and Marion on Route 13.
Okay.
Good area.
You know where Mount Vernon is?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway,
one of my son-in-laws played minor league baseball in Marion. They got a real good team there in Marion,
Illinois.
One of the best
small town minor league team.
Yes,
yeah.
And their baseball field and everything's incredible. It's beautiful.
All right, Vivian, ask, answer, or both?
Just answer.
Okay, which one?
The Lyndon Johnson thing.
All right, here we go.
So this is for
Here
a
we
T-shirt.
go.
I think Vivian's going to get a T-shirt here.
And Vivian, it doesn't matter, but did you know this this answer you're about to attempt? Did you know it before looking it up, or did you look it up?
No, I knew it.
Oh, well, here we go.
What's that question again?
Wow, here's the question Vivian's going to answer. This may be one of the hardest questions we've ever had on Trivia Friday. When John F. Kennedy was assassinated and Lyndon Johnson became president, who became Lyndon Johnson's VP?
He didn't have one.
That is correct.
That is correct.
How is that even possible?
I looked this up, and Vivian, if
go
you'd
ahead
like
and answer,
to try
Vivian.
To
How do you know
give
that?
some backstory. If you can't, I did look it up, but we'll give you a shot, Vivian.
A shot.
Oh,
Really?
I'm sorry.
Come on.
We'll give you the first
Opportunity.
Opportunity. Thank you.
Good night. All right, go ahead,
you said
Vivian. Go ahead.
Okay, I got it. You know, I have so many things in this old brain. When you said shot, it reminded me of when you were talking about the bears. I shot a black bear.
You really did?
I really did, and I have the blood to prove it.
Wow.
And then you were talking to the guy about the pilot that was in Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
We used to have a 1947 Stinson, and my husband and I both had our pilot's license.
You've lived
And
a
it was-
remarkable life.
Oh, I have. And there were only two guys in Southern Illinois that could teach us how to fly because it was what they call a tail dragger. Instead of having the tricycle landing gear, you know, like most planes do, it had two in front and the one under the tail. So they could land on sod strips, so they could fly to Michigan and hunt bear, and we could land on a sod strip. Farmer would come out and mow it so we could land.
Vivian,
wow,
you sound like one of those people that would have so many life stories.
Yeah, you need to be on National Geographic Channel or something. You know,
Serious, yeah.
You need your own show.
Boy, Stinson, that's a classic. That's an old, amazing airplane.
So tell us how you know about JFK and Lyndon
what's the
Johnson. How did you know
backstory?
that?
Well, I was so interested in politics back then. I watched the convention in 1960. It was in Los Angeles, and I was out there, and my mother wouldn't let me go. I wanted to go so badly, but she just had a fear of the crowd, you know.
Yeah.
And anyway, I was already married at the time, and my husband was in Korea, and he was a Republican, and I was a Democrat. I was brought up a Democrat. And I wanted to vote for Kennedy so bad, and I couldn't. I wasn't old enough. But my husband was going to vote for Nixon. And they messed up his absentee ballot, so he didn't get to vote either. So I was, but during the convention, I wanted Estes Kefauver to win instead of Kennedy. And then, you know, if it wasn't Kefauver, then Johnson. But then when Kennedy won, I was all in. And I watched all that stuff. And I remember when he was killed. And I remember when Johnson, I was just very involved.
Yeah.
And watched it. And I remember, and I didn't know at the time that the Speaker of the House would be the next in line.
Yeah.
You know, if something happened to Johnson.
Yeah. So here's what happened. So you know, you're absolutely right. Right up to
We're
that.
almost out of time.
Yeah.
so
Thank you, Vivian. Thank you so much, Vivian.
Does she have a question for us?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you have a question for us, Vivian?
No, I didn't. I really wasn't prepared. It's just when you were talking about that, it made me think of.
All right, Vivian, we're almost out of time, so we do have to kind of wrap this up. But that is superlative knowledge on Trivia Friday. We're going to give you the backstory for the
and
rest of our
stay
listeners.
on the line so we can get your address for the shirt.
That's a good point, JJ.
We're going to have to get back to her because I just dropped her.
Okay, so Vivian, do what now? Okay, Vivian, we're going to give you an email address, and you email us and tell us I was the one who won the Learning University T-shirt, and we'll send it to you because we accidentally dropped you. What email do you want them to use? Okay, just email comments@afr.net, comments@afr.net, and give us your address.
And shirt size.
And we will get that in the mail to you. So, John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Lyndon Johnson became vice president. But Lyndon Johnson had no vice president. From the years 1963 to 1965, the U.S. had no vice president.
Wow.
Yeah, that was...
And that is because,
what an enigma.
that is because the 25th Amendment had not been ratified, and they probably ratified it because of that situation in 1967. There was no legal mechanism to fill a midterm vacancy in the vice presidency.
Wow.
That's, I mean,
how did they
in our
leave?
lifetime.
Yeah, how did they leave that back door so wide open?
That's unbelievable, really. But so
they probably weren't thinking about assassination.
So had Johnson died in office those 2 years, whoever the Speaker of the House is would have assumed the presidency.
Right.
Or the
and then he would have had no VP.
Right. Or the Postmaster General, or who knows?
What do we have left here? Because we're out of time.
All right. Well, I don't think we have enough time to.
No, we'll answer our question.
So all right. So the only one I've got left is for most. By the way, Vivian, again, I apologize for dropping you. Make sure you email us at comments@afr.net, comments@afr.net. Let us know that you are the one and we'll send you the T-shirt. So for most of human history, most birthdays were not celebrated because most people did not know their birthday. True or false? That is true. Birth registration was not widespread until the early 1900s. I didn't know that.
Bible verse, here I am, send me. Where is that, Ed?
Isaiah 6.
Isaiah 6:8. Second question, true or false? McDonald's once tried bubblegum flavored broccoli on their menus. True or false?
Please tell me that's not true.
Yes. In 2014, McDonald's developed bubblegum flavored broccoli as a part of an experiment to get kids to eat healthier. However, to Tim's point, it never made it to the restaurant. The bizarre flavor and texture combination confused the children in taste test, and the idea was scrapped. So it sounds like a Willy Wonka thing, but it was true, but it was rejected. And then cartographer.
What is a map maker?
A map maker.
We're out of time. Thank you for yours. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. See you on Monday.